Hello, my name is Heather Robinson. I'm going to be talking about my project, Urban Hydrology, with you today. Urban hydrology is a study into the effects of climate change and the rapid growth in extreme weather that we have in our world today, which has caused major flooding within our urban environment.
London is a city of about 350,000 and growing. It is completely developed around the Thames River, and the downtown is right smack in the center of the Thames River, where the river forks off into two major streams. Floods have been a significant problem within London for quite a number of years, especially more recently with climate change. Today, we usually have 1 to 2 major flood events each year. I'm just going to show you a few images right now of London, as well as small videos of me walking through the neighborhood of study, which is Blackfriars, which is adjacent to downtown London, and it is one of the oldest and first settled areas within London. Now that you have visually experienced London, Ontario, I'd like to move into just what urban hydrology is all about and how it is a vision of the future city of London and future cities in the world that deal and work around floods and major flooding events. There are 3 major points that have led to an increase in flooding, a decrease in vegetation within an urban environment, and increase in paving, which creates rapid surface runoff and which really changes the natural way of water moving through a city during a major rain event or during a major melting event in the case of post-winter. Urban growth has also altered our natural water table, causing higher concentration of water in some areas. And then the last major element which has contributed to flooding is climate change, which brings a lot harsher winters, which means a lot more snow to melt in the spring, as well as a lot more extreme weather in the case of rain events.
Urban hydrology looks at the three main causes of flooding, but also looks at flooding from the perspective of humans, plant life, and not and species. More specifically, this project looks at the gray squirrel and its life cycle within London, Ontario, as well as its spectacle to humans, where people love to watch the interaction of the gray squirrel within the urban environment. The next species that I studied was the silver maple, which is a popular species within London, Ontario, which thrives in flooding events. And lastly, I'm looking at humans and their desires and needs of an urban environment and an urban ecology of a natural environment to live and thrive in. Through looking at floodwaters, I studied a few different case studies which looked at different methods of containing and controlling floodwaters within the urban environment, strategies such as absorb, which looks at naturally allowing water to permeate the surface within an urban environment, divert, which is channeling waters around development, deflect, which is a typical one that is used, consists of systems like dikes and berms, discharge, which looks at methods of slowly releasing the floodwaters into a controlled area within the urban environment, and contain, which goes to store water within the urban environment. All these strategies have positive and negative effects to the different species I studied, from humans to gray squirrel to the silver maple, all of which are affected by each different type of system in different ways. Case studies, there are several different strategies that are implemented into urban hydrology in the vision of the future. The first one being a structure that aims to contain some of the flood waters. It can be used as a park structure, a commercial or institutional structure. The structure opens during non-flood events and is available for seating, bandstand, or human interaction within the public realm. But within a major flood event, the structure falls into itself and helps to contain some of the flood waters. Then after a flood event, it slowly releases those waters back into the urban environment to be absorbed by species such as the silver maple. This strategy helps the gray squirrel through protecting its food source, as well as providing a whole nother level for it to hide its own food source above ground. The second structure is a housing form which implements raised housing for humans above floodwaters to protect personal property, as well as bring the human to a new interactive level with the gray squirrel. This allows for a new kind of spectacle to occur, as well as a structure as a raised area, park area that can provide a whole nother level of activity for the gray squirrel, as well as a secondary space for it to hide its food source. This provides a new level of play and exploration. Thank you so much for listening to my summary about what is urban hydrology and the general project ideas. I hope you enjoyed it.